Hello and welcome back to Beyond 50. Today, it's a little overcast out and hopefully I can change the oil on the Jeep before it starts raining again. So we're gonna do a super fast oil change using this fluid extractor that I have for doing oil changes on the boat, but turns out it makes oil changes on the Jeep super easy. So we'll get into that real quick. It has been probably close to a year since I've changed the oil on this. And fortunately, the oil doesn't look too bad, which is probably because I'm not putting that many miles on the Jeep. It's definitely not a daily driver. And last time I changed the oil, I did it with this fluid extractor and it made the process super easy. So all I do is run this tube down the dipstick and start pumping. And there comes the oil up. So this makes it a lot easier because I don't have to get down on the ground. I'm not underneath the car draining. I'm not spilling oil anywhere. It's literally just pumping like this. So this makes the whole process very, very easy. So as I'm getting more and more vacuum built up in here, it gets a little bit harder to pump. But we're pumping oil into this container at a pretty good rate right now. We have a pretty steady stream of oil coming into the container now. It's filling up. As long as it keeps moving, I don't actually have to keep pumping it. And I'm just gonna do a quick fly-in shot here so you can visualize where the oil filter is. It's right there. So I don't actually need to get under the Jeep to swap that out. I can do it right from above here. And that's what we're gonna do next. This looks like, should be 6 quarts of oil. Looks like we're getting close to that, so we should be able to swap out the oil filter now. Even though it's a big open spot here, it is a little tight. So I do have this little wrench, just gonna put on it. Honestly, a little stool right now would make this a little easier too. Well, we did a little leak. Not too bad. All right, and we have our brand new oil filter. I'm just gonna put a little bit of oil in it and around it, make sure we get a good seal. Very quick test while I just make sure that this is hand tight enough. So I think we're good there. And that is about it, other than filling up new oil. I think this guy, as you can see, is pretty much full of oil right now. So we are gonna do one more thing. I don't think this is actually necessary. But because I've done this a few times, I do wanna just climb under here and take the drain plug out and just see how much oil comes out if we actually drain it via the drain plug. So, oh, there we go. Now, this should be pretty empty, but this is what I want to confirm, is that by draining it from the top, we actually got everything out of it. Might be a little bit comes out, but literally nothing came out. So obviously draining it from the top, I think means that we sucked every bit out that we could. A couple of quick caveats on this process. So using a fluid extractor is great for being able to remove oil from your engine easily without having to get underneath of it, but it's not necessarily going to work for every vehicle. If you're dipstick is really long or really small, you might not be able to get the tube in there or all the way down to the bottom of your oil pan to drain it. So works great with this Jeep. I can't say how well it's going to work with your vehicle. Also with the Jeep, I can easily access the oil filter from right under the hood. You can just reach down and spin it off. A lot of cars may still have to, you might have to jack up to get underneath of it to be able to get at the oil filter. So for the Jeep, I can change the oil with this oil extractor. Super easy, and it makes oil changes a breeze. Your money may vary depending on which vehicle you're trying to do it on, but it is possible that it'll make your oil change process a lot easier. All right, I couldn't finish before the rain started again, so move the camera over here so it's undercover. And all I got left to do is fill up the oil back in here. It says 6 quarts of oil, but that sounds like a lot. We're just gonna put in 5 quarts and then we're gonna check it and see how it looks. Oh, it looks like it's there, which is a little low. We'll add in 1 more quart and then we'll double check it. And worst case scenario, we end up with too much and we suck a little bit back out. Actually, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna take it to run up to the store to dispose of our old oil, and we'll just make sure it's good after we get back. But I think that's it. I think we've changed the oil very quickly, very easily. We got it down on the ground, but we didn't have to. We could have stayed up above the ground the entire time. So assuming that your oil filter is also reachable from up above, this is a nice way to be able to change your oil without having to jack up your car, climb under it, whatever else. So oil extractor, fluid extractors are a great little thing. It's necessary to change the oil on a boat. It's not necessary to change it on a car, but it does make it a lot easier. All right, thanks for watching.